would you say would be the best part of working under Dr. Panario?
Well, from my experience, I've been here at 11 years, and I've worked with a number of staff members. I think the biggest part of having such a smooth environment is having the concern of the employee. Not having them feel uncomfortable if they need to take a day. As long as there's good communications, it runs really smooth. It doesn't always. Trust me, I've been worked in a few places that you feel nervous, and he does not make you feel like that. He's he's a very understanding man, and he gives you the benefit of doubt on every scenario. So I find that really works for me.
So you're saying you were here before Dr. Panario?
Oh yeah.
So the leadership, the prior leadership that was here, you would say that his leadership has provided a more welcoming it's been more welcoming to the staff members.
And that's only because I've had a longer experience with him. The previous manager or director was a wonderful woman, but I've had more time. He's been with us for about 3 years, and he's pulled this department together. He really has, and we're like a family now, and it wasn't always like that. There was a lot of, there was some chaos that went down and stuff, but you know what? He always listened, he always supported, and through that kind of leadership, it pulled us all together. It really did. So we sat here today and we had our breakfast where we all brought food from home. That's a great way to start the day. It really is.
Yes, I would agree. I would agree with you. And you're saying that you have this cohesiveness like a family.
Yes.
That's a wonderful way that he has brought his leadership skills to having you guys perform like that. So would you say overall he has impacted your overall perspective on the work experience?
Oh yes, definitely. Because our program is we make it happen. So 9 to 5, we're working, but there are times where we take a moment to just have a little downtime amongst each other as a team, where we can talk and we can laugh and we can share stories, and it kind of breaks the monotony, and it also allows you to go home feeling like, wow, these people care about me, which is really great, and you don't get that in a lot of places.
The question says under, and actually with Dr. Panario, you don't work under him, you work alongside him. He believes in teamwork. He doesn't treat you as a subordinate. He treats you as a colleague. We are part of the same team with a goal, and the goal is to graduate our students and to give them the best possible experience with our program, and he will never treat you as a subordinate. However, he does give you room to grow. So we all always have to follow any basic respect lines. He is my supervisor after all, but he's never treated me as if I was any less or any more than him. He does treat you as an equal, and that in itself makes it a more comfortable environment where I don't feel I'm stressed because here comes Dr. Panario, an almighty figure. Instead, he is a colleague and he does trust our work. So I believe that working under someone in the structure of corporate America or any other situation I've worked in the past, it happens. You report to someone, but also allowing your colleagues and the people you supervise to feel that they're your equal, because after all, they're human, makes the work environment much more humanized than just a basic place where you work and spend most of your days. Just working. It's actually like a family. In that environment, it's valuable to me.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Management Today on Management TV. I'm your host, Tyson Tanner. Today we have a very special and distinguished guest, Dr. Bernard A. Panario, who is a proven leader within the management community. Dr. Panario was appointed Director of the Accelerated Study Associates Programs in August 2008 and has been a very busy and notable leader since then. In 2006, he achieved his doctoral degree in developmental psychology. In 2009, he assisted LaGuardia Community College in getting $3.6 million from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. In 2010, he was chosen by the provost to participate in LaGuardia's 2010 leadership program. It is my pleasure to welcome and introduce Dr. Bernard Panario. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
Now, I spoke with some of your staff members before, and they seem to be very fond of you. And I wanted to know, how in this stressful climate do you continue to motivate your employees to be as productive as they are with the ongoing stress in today's in today's climate?
It is indeed stressful. We do have a lot of lofty goals. The goal of the program is to graduate 50% of our population, whereas a comparable group of our students, we only graduate the college nationwide, graduates approximately about 26% of students within 6 years. We've managed to graduate 50% within 3 years. So we have a lot of stressful objectives that we've managed to maintain, and it's only done so because of the solidarity of the team. And so when you think about managing a team, it's really important to recognize and acknowledge the team's strengths. And my team is a wonderful team. They're really competent, dedicated team members that have demonstrated full commitment. They have a make it happen attitude, and because of that, we've been successful. So I recognize their work, and that's what keeps them motivated. I think they're generally and intrinsically motivated to watch students succeed.
And is this also part of the process of you encouraging your workers to be creative and innovative within the office?
Yes. So I really strive to have the students and the staff demonstrate autonomy. So we guide the advisors, guide the students, and just like I guide the advisors, but ultimately we have projects. The advisors they know what their goals and objectives are, and I give them the tools that they need to accomplish what they need, but they have the autonomy to develop and design the project in order to accomplish the goals. So it's giving them autonomy, recognizes their abilities, and giving them the forthright to carry through.
Okay, I noticed that you're a family man. I wanted to find out if you find any comparisons or similarities with managing a family and managing an office staff.
Yeah, and my leadership style, my behaviors, it's the same when I come home. When I come home, I'm the same dedicated, give 100%, make it happen attitude. There's an air of humor. There's this transmission of autonomy to my kids. I have 2 kids. The same thing, I treat my staff, my students, and my family in the same way. This is who I am. This is Bernard Ponariyev.
Okay, but listening to you, you don't seem like a monotonous type of guy. So are you fond of changes? And if so, how do you, have you ever had an employee or staff member who was resistant to that change? And if so, how did you work about to motivate that employee to move past the fear that they may have with the change?
It's a good question. Change is always difficult. I don't personally love change. Though I do think change is helpful for a person's growth, cognitively, socially, emotionally. I do encourage my staff. Change is constant, and that's the only thing that is constant. And for example, as a leader, I always try to diversify team members' responsibilities so they can be aware and prepare for change. There have been times when staff have been reluctant to accept change,
right.
But it's just part of the milieu of the environment. And I think if you can give folks, staff, the tools they need to reassure them that they can succeed and know that they're fully supported, and to encourage them, I think they'll succeed.
And on the subject of change, your background is pretty much in psychology. And I wanted to know, with your extensive knowledge on leadership, where did you exactly pick that leadership up, those leadership abilities and those leadership skills, being that you have a more of a cerebral setting or a background within your studies?
So psychology, I think, really lends itself beautifully to demonstrate leadership qualities, and I think that could be any discipline really. But in my case, as you said, it is psychology, and really because I have my doctorate, I'm really a researcher, and because of that, I think some of the skills that I have as a leader are innate. I think I've always been outgoing on some level, but certainly introverted on another level, knowing when to apply what type of behaviors and knowing the theory on the, what's that called, EQ, not IQ, the EQ, having social intelligence.
Right.
I think I demonstrate that, and I think that lends itself to being a good leader.
Okay. Now, what's your idea as letting loose? And, you know, sometimes we overwork ourselves, and the office is always about work. But what's your idea of letting loose and maybe showing a little downtime for your employees as a reward for doing a good job and being very...
We'll spend time having fun. We will laugh. We have a great team that we work together. We work hard, and then when we have some downtime, we certainly make use of it. We'll go out to lunch. We have a lot of fun. We joke around in the office. There's a good air here. It's a good positive atmosphere with the team. So we let loose, especially when students aren't here, you know, as we meet and talk about some of our same issues. And so there's a lot of friendships that develop, certainly. We do have fun, and I think that certainly makes for, as the team grows stronger together and we have this fun, I think that also transmits itself onto them being better at what they do, more creative, and that then ends up affecting more positively the students and their success.
Okay, well, I did, like I said, I spoke to some of your staff members before, and they did say that this is more like a family setting.
Yeah.
So there we have it. That's all the time that we have for today, and we would like to thank Dr. Panario for allowing us to do this interview. Thank you very much. Good day.